Welcome back to Voices of Reality. We are going to get into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, episode 10. So, thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. Right now, we're about to unpack this episode, get right into it. And we left off last time where they were at Sutton's housewarming, and things were coming to a head because here go Lisa Rinna butting in for Diana being a kiss, and you know how I say suck ass. So what do you think?
I just didn't like how Lisa Rinna was going at Sutton. Like she was even there. You wasn't even at the party. So if I'm not somewhere and people are talking about something that happened, I would listen to both sides.
Absolutely.
But I would remain neutral because I wasn't there. So she had a conversation with Diana. Diana was telling all the stuff that Sutton said to her, not really saying how much she said to Sutton. And all of a sudden, Lisa Rinna is like jumping ship and like backing up Diana. And when I think about it, wasn't Lisa Rinna who brought Sutton into this whole Beverly Hills? Sutton came through Lisa Rinna, didn't she?
I think so. I'm not quite sure.
I think that's how she came into Beverly Hills, through Lisa Rinna. But I just didn't like the fact that she was citing more of Diana and only heard one side of the story from Diana.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because they like I always say, Lisa Rinna, Kyle, Erika, they are big time bullies and they're going after the easy targets like Crystal, the Suttons. And I just think that's another reason for Lisa Rinna to pounce. And soon as Diana knew what she was doing, she knows she got her little gopher to go, like her little, peons to go like run after these ladies when she says what she says. Diana's absolutely manipulate. I don't even think she has to manipulate Rinna. She's going to say what she got to say, half truths. And then so Rinna could kind of pounce. And that's what she did, even though she wasn't there.
And what I found about Lisa Rinna, she looks like she kisses ass, or sucking ass, as you call it, when it's based on status. Like Diana has money. She's going to be going to these fabulous parties. She knows all these rich people. So I feel like Lisa Rinna's like, oh, if I'm cool with her, I'll be in the in crowd and I'll get into all these celebrity parties. And now Diana's this rich, wealthy woman. And now she's like, oh, well, Sutton, yeah, you got money, but you ain't got money like Diana. Because there was a time she was all buddy with Sutton too. Like, oh, she's rich and wears all these designer clothes. So I think of her as all about status. Like, who's going to get me into the hottest parties?
I don't know. I feel like it's the bully mentality. I don't think it's so much of like status and getting her into parties. I feel like Sutton's the one who got her going to Elton John and sitting at her table and stuff like that. So I do feel like Sutton does not know how to... She's not as intimidating as the Erikas and the Dianas. Like, I feel like Sutton is an easy target. She doesn't know how to articulate. She does know how to articulate herself. She just doesn't know how to be not aggressive, because that sounds like, not such a great word, or intimidating. Yeah. I think she doesn't give that confidence that the other ladies give. So I just think... Sutton, I don't think she gives that confidence that the other ladies give, and that's why she's an easy target to Lisa and Kyle and them, and that's why they don't mess with the Erikas and the Dianas and them. They do not mess with them because Sutton is just easy to kind of like...
I think Sutton actually holds her own, though. I don't
think so.
You don't think so? I think Sutton gets shaky and frailly looking sometimes. Like, oh God, she's having a nervous breakdown. And you could tell she's feeling nervous expressing herself. But she does voice her opinion. I don't feel like I think she stands up for herself more than Crystal does.
I mean, she does. I think with Sutton, like, she doesn't, like with Crystal, she kind of immediately retreats. Whereas with Sutton, she doesn't immediately retreat, and she doesn't like give in that quickly as Crystal does. I just feel that Sutton says sorry too often. She doesn't recognize that she's being like picked on and poked at. Whereas, even with the interaction between her and Diana and her and Kyle, and the way Kyle treated her, And then they went out to dinner or whatever the next day, or brunch or whatever that was. And Kyle was still being kind of like giving excuses as to why she treated her that way. And even when Kyle looks back at it now, she even says like she wasn't happy with her behavior in that scene. It was dead wrong the way she was like didn't believe her about the miscarriages. She wasn't empathetic towards Sutton. Like, and I just feel like that was a time where Sutton should have really spoke up then and afterwards. And she never did. And I think a lot of times, even with Erika, she always backed down. It's kind of like she was, Erika just wouldn't, even now, she's not letting up off of Sutton at times. And Sutton still is kind of like, saying sorry in a way. Like, it's almost like she's apologizing too much.
See, I like Sutton, but what I don't like about her personality, she tries too much to be liked.
Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me of like in high school, that kid that would do anything to be liked and try anything. Oh, I want to be part of the popular crowd. They need to like me. Please like me. She tries so hard. Like with Diane, I would have been gave up. Like, whatever, bitch. I may say what I need to say. You're like, whatever. Like, you already have a Garcelle who got your back. Why do you even care about Diana? Who knows if she'll be here next season? Like, you are at her status. It has nothing to do with Diane is here. You're here. Son got money. So I don't understand why she feels she needs to be friends with this woman, apologize numerous times, and try to be like so much into building a friendship with Diane. She did the same thing with Crystal.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She's giving in too easy. Like, she's not giving these ladies a run for their money. Like, that's why they picking on her. Like the way Diana talks to her. The way Diana talks to her, you really think Sutton like really held her own?
I think she got really nervous and shocked. I think Sutton is like somewhat the Southern Belle and hasn't been in a crowd like this. She's not used to like maybe people talking to her crazy. Mm-hmm. But I think with Diana has a strong personality. She probably had a tougher background than Sutton. So Sutton, when the dinner, will soon get to that, the luncheon or brunch, whatever they had, was stuck on shock. Like, oh, what do I say now? Oh, God. Like, what? So I think that's what it is. She does, when someone says certain things to her, she doesn't really know how to react and come back with the quickness. I think that's what it is. But I feel like she tries so much to be liked. Like, give it up. Who likes, who don't.
That's what I'm saying. And she needs to stand her ground. Like, even with Erika, don't back down, and don't especially when they keep picking at you, at you.
Erika, let's not forget, she did say it straight to Erika, I don't like you. She did. She said that to Erika.
Well, she did say that, but I still feel like, even afterwards, she still sort of like tries to like kiss up to them and gives like this apologetic type of behavior. Even though she may not come straight out and apologize, I feel like she does a lot of things to like beg for forgiveness from them. Because the way Erika was treating her, even with, using the whole Diana situation, the Crystal situation, like it was like she's almost using and manipulating other people also to come at Sutton. Like,
Garcelle and Sutton are my favorite on the show, but if we go back to how it was, and again, Diana and not this episode, next episode kind of went back at how everything started and the cause of why they are where they are now. Sutton is at fault. Like, if we go back and see what happened, Sutton made her cry. The next situation was when Diana told her, go sit back where you're sitting before, when they were on the private jet. The third situation was at Garcelle's birthday party. Once again, I stand by what I said, that Sutton's approach to Diana was wrong because it was in a way of questioning her miscarriage. So overall, Sutton is wrong. So you apologize, and this woman is not letting go. Move on from it. That's the thing. Diana is not letting go of what Sutton did and not accepting her apology. And Sutton needs to accept that not because you apologize, somebody's going to forgive you. You can apologize to somebody, they're still not going to forgive you. So I think Sutton feels like, oh, well, I apologize. What is wrong with her? Not everyone is a forgiving type.
And that's true. But it's almost like the same situation with the other housewives. It's like, in the midst of her saying sorry, it's almost like Diana is like digging at her, like saying such offensive, nasty, malicious behavior towards Sutton. And I just don't think um it's
Warranted.
yeah, I don't think it's warranted. I do think it's unwarranted the way she's treated him. Somebody saying sorry to you. She's asked for forgiveness. Yeah, the way she approached in the party about the bed rest situation, it was wrong. But as far as like when Sun brought up her miscarriages, there's no reason for you to kind of like ridicule me or try to like make light of my miscarriages when I'm trying to relate to you. I don't care how angry you are at me. There is no reason for you to actually kind of make fun of me having a miscarriage. And that's what she did to Sutton. Like, I don't care. Like, I just think it's another way you hit him below the belt.
I don't think she made fun of Sutton having a miscarriage. I think she kind of feels like, well, it's irrelevant because I really don't care and it's about me and my miscarriage.
She was like, oh, and look at your big blue eyes. And then Sutton was like, no, they're actually green. And she was like, oh, okay. Like that, to me, that was like kind of like, that was passive aggressive.
This is how I see it again. Diana's behavior is caused by Sutton's reaction. She should have just left Diana alone. She went a little bit overboard, and again, I had to say, you don't know where her emotions are. The woman could be on meds for all we know. She had a miscarriage. We don't know where her mental state is. Sutton should have left the woman alone at the party of Garcelle. This is why when Diana was going at Sutton, you caused it. Why go to the woman? And I think in one of the episodes later on, Dorit said it. It was your approach. If I'm going through a miscarriage, I had a miscarriage, whatever it happened, I have a person that I'm really not feeling, maybe cry on national TV, and I want to come off as a tough person. Here I am showing my vulnerability, feeling like a wuss because she made me cry. I'm at a party. I just went through a miscarriage. I'm dealing with the mental strain of losing this baby. You don't know how she took it. She just has a new baby. She could be suffering postpartum depression. And here's a person I don't like coming to question my miscarriage and as far as why am I at this party? Bitch, I'm going off. Leave me alone.
I think the way Sutton, because she has such an awkward personality, I just think
that's another thing.
I think that was the cause of her approach. Like, I really think she kind of like mishandled what she was trying to do. And she says that in the after show. I don't know if you watched the after show.
I didn't get a chance.
I think what happened was when Diana sent that text basically saying, I'm not going to be able to go to your 55th birthday party. And I had a miscarriage. The doctor put me on bed rest. And then she says, I don't want to come off as rude. And then she takes a shot at Garcelle.
Correct.
With Garcelle and Sutton kind of being like BFFs amongst the group, I think in Sutton's mind, she held on to that. And she said, she kind of made reference to that, like when she was at the party, it was almost like that's what she thought about when she saw Diana walk in. It was like, you played my friend in the text talking about you gonna be on bed rest. You don't want to be rude. And here you come into my homie's birthday party. Now you showed up and you're supposed to be on bed rest. Not only was you supposed to be on bed rest and worried about, your miscarriage and bleeding for 2 months, but in the midst of that, you came at my friend.
Again, that's none of Sutton's business. The text was addressed to Garcelle. Trust me, because Garcelle could hold her own. There was no business for my whole thing is there was no business for Sutton to go at Diana the way that she did. She should
like have. I said, she's awkward. So yeah, it did come
then your awkwardness, that's what happens. You awkward.
No, Diana was absolutely malicious in her delivery.
Oh, yeah,
she said to Sutton that she gonna headbutt her.
She was malicious. I'm not gonna lie, but again, I can't judge that on. First of all, I don't like Diana because we're gonna talk about later on the luncheon she had with Sutton because that made me not like her even more.
Yeah.
But again, with what Diana said to Sutton, everything else. Sutton caused it. It's like me going over there and saying, so whatever I get, my ass should not have gone over there in the first place. So this woman decides to curse the hell out of me. That is on you. Why did you even go anything?
First of all, you sent the text to all of us. You gave us a reason. Not only did you didn't just send it to the host of the party. You included me on that text and saying that you on bed rest and you bled for 2 months. I want to know, and then you're supposed to be on bed rest. So I will be like, I would have said a nice. I think her delivery was messed up, and she
That's
was like,
what
"You
I'm
got to
saying.
give an explanation." I would have said, I would have been like, "Hey, girl, like, you okay? You came? I thought you were supposed to be on bed rest. The doctor let you have bed rest. You recovered." And then I would have said it like that, like, "You good?"
So
Her delivery
again,
was messed up.
Diana doesn't like Sutton, so anything Sutton said, she probably wasn't gonna take over. But the Sutton came off as if she was questioning the miscarriage.
I wanted to talk to you first, check on you. I'm good. See how you're doing. Because you were on bed rest.
I still am, but it's all good.
So you're on bed rest, but you're here.
Yeah.
So that's confusing. You're gonna have to clear it up.
That I should be in bed and I'm here.
That was the issue. If we go back, I can't remember exactly what Sutton said to her, but it wasn't like, "Are you okay? I'm happy to see you. Glad you're here." It was more so, "Did you have a miscarriage? Aren't you supposed to be on bed rest? Why are you here? We need to know."
I think she went in there. She had it on her mind that you came at my BFF, and
well, then that's what you get. You came at my BFF. You get told about your ass. And look, Garcelle and what Diana seems to be okay. She gave her a book. Mind your business, son. This got nothing to do with you.
See, Sutton doesn't have the backbone to withstand a battle with any of these ladies. She don't have it. You got to know your role and your place. She don't got it, so you got to kind of pipe down in certain situations. I wouldn't have, like you said, if I was Sutton, I wouldn't have ran up to her if I knew I was kind of.
No, you see, Sutton don't know Diana yet because she made Diana cry. So she's like, "Oh, I could be big Sutton today. I'm gonna tell her, like, yeah, bitch, let me find out. I thought you." And then Diana's like, "Boom, yeah, you thought I'm gonna be crying like the little wuss you saw last time? No, this is the real Diana." Here comes the monster. Son's like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that reaction. How do I react now?"
Yes,
that's what happened. She went there thinking she could talk to her crazy like she did at that when they want to wear away. And Daddy's like, "No, you made me cry that day, but not today. I'm making you cry, bitch." And that's what happened. So Sutton was in shock, I think, like, "Oh God, this is not what I expect." Because remember, they still get to know each other.
Yeah.
In the confessionals, Diane is saying how strong she is and she's gonna see a monster. She's gonna see somebody else. I'm upset. Sutton is still going on. I made this woman cry. She's not maybe that strong. I could probably say something to her. She's not gonna come at me that hard. And she got a rude awakening. So that's what I felt happened with that scene. Again, Sutton was wrong for going over there and trying. When Sutton went over there, I don't think she went over there trying to make amends. Like, "Oh, let me make friends." I think she's like, "Let me let her know. Let me, ruffle her feathers a little." If you're gonna do something like that, and in your head, you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell her about my friend. I have my friends back." You better go all the way and be prepared for whatever. So Sutton was not prepared for Diana's wrath. It was more so, "Oh, I thought I was gonna tell her something and maybe make her cry again. And I hear this woman coming at me 10 times harder than Erika. And I don't know what to do. Like, help, someone." Like, it was one of those situations.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to this episode.
Yes. With Rinna buttoning, and then Garcelle kind of like checked her, like, "Lisa, you wasn't even there. Like, stop. Like, mind your business."
I can't take Lisa Rinna serious. Them lips. Oh my God. I cannot take this woman serious based on her lips. So whenever she shows up or they talk to her, I'm just like, I can't look at her. So when she talks, I'm like, whatever. Like, moving right along because I can't take the lips. So moving right along. She said whatever she said to Son. Son tried to stand up for herself. Try it again. And Lisa Rinna should just mind her business, but she needs some airtime because she's been away with her mom casting. I think some of the episodes, like the last episode, she wasn't there for Garcelle's party. Sure, she needs to build up a little storyline, a little steam. So who can she use right now? Son. So she's team Diana because right now Diana's the one that knows, all the important people in Beverly Hills.
Yes.
So there's Sutton. So now they all go back in the house. And I think this is the time Garcelle decided to speak to Erika about her.
Finally, it's like, girl, are you ever going to work up the courage? I was saying that about Garcelle. Like, finally, like, she goes to approach this woman.
I thought she was going to do it around dinner, but I think the timing was right. Everyone was sitting around. Everyone was focused. Nobody was picking their food and drinking their wine. she picked the perfect time to say to Erika how she felt about her behavior, which was extremely inappropriate. And I like that Erika took full accountability. There was no, I don't feel like she made an excuse, even though she was drunk. She did mention that. I think she did kind of say, I'm taking medication and I'm drinking. So you see the up and down. And sometimes when you're taking new medication, there's a lot of side effects that can happen. But again, you shouldn't mix side effects with alcohol. So I don't know what else she's doing. But she did take full accountability. So I like that she did that. It wasn't where she was making excuses for her behavior. And I think Garcelle forgave her very quickly.
Yeah,
she put a comment in there. And she was buttered up to Garcelle.
That's what I'm saying. It went off. Soon as she gave the first compliment to Garcelle just gave right in and forgave her for cursing out her kid. And then basically trying to take the other kid home. To me, like I said, it was disrespectful on all levels as far as both of her kids. I didn't like it. So I just think Garcelle should not have gave in so fast. I think she should have checked her a little bit more. I think it was just too quick for me. I think that Erika kind of like knew what she was doing. And I just think that goes back to the manipulation that Erika knows how to like be intimidating, and also she kind of like gave excuses, and I think Garcelle fell for it. I just think like the whole like medication and I just felt like, these are great kids, and Garcelle, you did such a great job. And whatever the reason, I don't even know why she brought that up.
About how they were very they were like not entertaining, but they were like mingling and speaking to the adults. Because most kids those age, like my kids, they wouldn't be paying any mind to anybody else but their damn phones or if they're friends with it. So I got that compliment. But one, Garcelle, she apologized to Garcelle. She took full accountability. I just felt Garcelle kind of gave in like, okay, but what else was Garcelle supposed to? So what do you think Garcelle should have done more of?
Like I said, I didn't like the whole, coming on to her son, that being that the older son, Oliver, he's married. Like, what are you doing? Like, you went too far. Why are you calling? I didn't like I said, to me, like I might be the crystal type. Why are you referring to his wife as a baby mama? Like, why are you insinuating these things? I don't like these words. I don't like these words that you used with my kid. I would have said something to her about that, the way she came on to him. It was just disgusting to me. And it was the display of like, both of her kids together combined, it just would have made it worse for me. Not just the checking her of the young kid. It would have been the older kid too. Like, your behavior was gross. And I would have approached her with that. I wouldn't let go of that. And then I would have checked her on the son too. Like, what would possess you to treat my kid like that? Like, what, like I don't care how drunk you were. I don't know what you were thinking. Like, to me, that just still wasn't an excuse. Like when she says, I was so surprised you have such wonderful kids. What does that have to do with you cursing out my kid?
That was a way to kiss Garcelle's ass. But with Garcelle, now the scene when she said baby mama, I don't know if Garcelle was there to heard that part. Because how I see it is, they're shooting the scenes. Garcelle wasn't there when she said what she said to her son. I don't know if Garcelle even heard the baby mama. And sometimes you're at a party, there's a lot going on. I think looking back now, Garcelle would be like, what the hell? Like, I don't know how much Garcelle saw. Was she around? I mean, she saw when Erika was flirting with her son. But how much did she actually see? Did she hear the baby mama comment? She didn't hear the...
Well, maybe not just that. Yeah, that was just the icing on the cake with the baby mama. But just the way that she was like draping herself, like kicking up her legs, like Garcelle saw all of that. Like, her son is married. Like, Harry, this is my daughter-in-law. I don't know how great she is with the daughter-in-law, but have some respect. Don't do that around me. You don't know how, maybe they BFFs. Does she know if she's close with the daughter-in-law? Like, relax. Like, you still were disrespectful to my son's wife. He's a married man. You know he's married. She knew he was married. So it's just like those things I just would have, I feel like Garcelle gave in too quick and she did not. And I guess we got to wait for the reunion to see.
That's what I was going to say. So when I saw that episode, I felt like Garcelle, this is our moment. This is the moment. Like when you said about the baby mama, I didn't like the way you did this to my son Oliver and how you spoke to my son. But again, what did she see? Now she's able to see everything play out on TV. I'm hoping she goes for her at the reunion because again, my son running, oh, that woman over there told me to get the F out of here. Oh, really? But seeing it and see how Erika did it is different because remember, Garcelle was outside.
Yeah.
So she don't know how Erika said it. Now she's seeing it. And they're like, what? Like, she said baby mama. And then people are commenting on Twitter and Instagram like, oh, my God. So I think she handled herself in that particular manner because she may not know everything that would happen at the party or maybe didn't see everything. But I think I'm going to hold Garcelle in a scale where I feel like she better bring it at least by 8.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel, yeah, I wouldn't need to see for me to hear that you said to my son, get the F up out of here or whatever she said. That's all I need to hear. I don't even need to see it for me to check somebody. I wouldn't need to see it. So to me, I just felt like Garcelle should have stood 10 toes down, like on Erika, and she didn't. It was too quick where she gave in. Like I said, maybe seeing it will put the fire under her, and at the reunion, she gonna bring it. Like I said that on the comments to somebody, as far as like with Sutton and Garcelle, they need to do whatever they need to do before this reunion and prepare. Because I'm gonna need to see, guns blazing up in there. Like, don't let up. Sutton too. You better bring it.
I didn't like Garcelle either. I felt like it was 2 seconds. Like, wait a minute, wait, that's it. That's what I felt when I watched. Like, that's all. Like, Garcelle didn't go in. Garcelle was more focused on Kyle butting in. More so going at Erika because again, here goes Kyle butting in. But I'm like, okay, I felt Garcelle. I don't know if feels like she's in a position with all these white women, and again, Crystal, and feel like I have to conduct myself in a certain manner and look a certain way in front of the camera and everything else, and be mindful what I say, how I say it, when I say it, why I say it. So I don't know if that plays a part of her keeping her composure and not certain things and going off. But I think once she sees what happened and sees how Garcelle not only said it to her son, but her facial reaction of the hand, get the F out, like, oh my God, like you make it seem that my kid is like disgusting or something, then maybe I hope at the reunion, she really comes at Erika like, we settled this, but after viewing it, I'm highly upset. Like, I didn't know it was said in that type of manner. Like, I'm hoping in the reunion, this is where these questions, like, oh, you said baby mama, you said this. This is where I think she should put Erika under the fire, especially now, supposedly they're not following each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
So whatever other drama happened, there's other stuff that's going to trickle down because when Garcelle was on the reel, she mentioned Erika called her something that made her decide not to follow Erika because Garcelle was the one that unfollowed Erika. So I'm wondering that has to do with anything with her kids again, or like maybe now she knows more detail of what happened. Whatever the situation is, we both feel like she handled it too quickly and gave Erika a quick pass. But let's wait for the reunion. That's all I have to say because I was very disappointed in seeing how Garcelle handled that.
And I don't have, I don't know. I don't have faith. Like I said, I believe that it has to do with Erika and her confidence and the way she intimidates, and Garcelle too. She lets me down.
Intimidated by Erika? I don't think so.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of them do not bring it to Erika when they should. I don't feel. Even Garcelle even admitted that too. The way she was going in on Sutton, she should have spoke up for her. No one ever spoke up. Why? Because they intimidated to me.
Well, Garcelle claims she didn't hear some of the stuff. And I'm like, how the hell you not
right? Come on, she was cursing Sutton out, like straight up and down, like loud and clear. Like there's no way. And I get like maybe part of the little conversation because she was like kind of sitting to the side of Erika. So she was saying when she was like doing this, like she couldn't see from that end. So I get that, but there was so many instances where all of them were kind of like, they knew that Erika her stories weren't adding up. She's saying the victims are lying. She don't want to. I think eventually, Garcelle is gonna say something about the diamond earrings that Erika doesn't want to give up, because they did show the mid-season trailer came out this week.
I didn't know anything about that.
And well, we'll get into. I mean, we're gonna probably talk about that, but Erika doesn't give up. They ordered her now to give up the diamond earrings, but she did not want to give it up because they realized like that came from like blood money of the victims. But she was fighting it all throughout. Like that was in the newspapers, and they talked about it on The Real. Garcelle talked about it too, about the diamond earrings that Erika did not want to give up. So eventually the court rules on it where she has to give them up. So they're going to get into that, and it seems like Garcelle is going to approach her. So I do think it's like $1 million. It's a lot of money. And it was held in like escrow in a safe or whatever. So the judge ruled on it, and they have to give it up. So Garcelle seems like she's going to bring it to Erika. I guess we'll see. Garcelle has let me down, like I said. I'm hoping that they bring it for the reunion and not let up. I just believe that they let Erika and they let them get away. Even Diana, like I just think they letting them get away.
Diana and Erika, nothing happened between them two.
Not Diana and Erika, but Diana and Sutton. Like I just feel like she should. Let's see if she's gonna really go up against Diana. I want to see if Garcelle's gonna bring it. That's my homie. I'm gonna check Diana too in a nice way. Even if I am classy, you can check somebody in a classy way. She said to Sutton that she gonna headbutt her.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Sutton is awkward. She doesn't, her approach is kind of like shaky when it comes to confronting people. That's where me as the BFF will come in. Okay, stand back. I got this, girl. And that's where Sutton should bring it. So I don't know. I'm waiting, but
I was very disappointed in Garcelle. And here go Kyle jumping in for Erika, but then Garcelle put Kyle in her place, like you jumping ship. So that part I did like that. Garcelle did stand up for herself when Kyle tried to interrupt and take Erika's side.
She stood up, but again, I just go too deep with it when I'm checking somebody. Like when she said the part about, in the 7 years that I've known Erika, she has never gotten out of character like this. Girl, why are you lying? Like, stop sucking ass and stop saying that because you want to suck ass, but don't say that she didn't get out of character. We've seen all last season where she's gotten out of character with my homegirl right here. We've seen her get out of character with multiple people. So stop lying. So that's what I'm saying. Like they let too many things slide. Like like I said, there's times that my girlfriend was just telling me that today when I wanted to check somebody for this Uber ride, when he was sending something over to me, he's sending something to me in the Uber ride, not to get on topic, but he's sending something to me and he was supposed to send the Uber, but he wanted me to pay for it. Fine. It was only like $10. He lives 10 minutes away from me, but he's like, oh, he don't want to let the Uber go until I send him the Cash App for the $10. I was like, I got to check him to let him know. Like, I want to send the $10 so he can let this Uber ride go to send me what I need in Uber, but I got to check. So she was like, girl, you don't need, let it go. Like, she's like, don't even just send the $10. $10. So my girlfriend today was like giving me a little pep talk. She was like, just let it go. Like, that's why.
$10. Oh my God.
So that's what I'm saying. But you know what I did? I erased the text. When he sent the text, the Uber can't wait any longer. It's costing more money. Send the $10. So I was getting ready to, I had the text going like, so then I said, you know what? As I was talking to my girlfriend, I was like, you know what? I'm going to erase the text and send the $10.
Oh, look at that.
I send it. So that's what I'm saying. I learned that a lot of times you don't have to respond. And I'm thinking that's what Garcelle is doing. You can let things go and check them and just move on. Like I said, with me, that may be my problem where I'm going to dig deep. I ain't going to let it go. I'm going to bring it up until you realize what I'm feeling. Like, I'm not going to be on some Garcelle, like, okay, like, just shut up. Remember, Kyle did that with her hair after Sheree jumped in and said,
I get what she's saying. In this moment, she just needs you to be neutral. Here's the thing. I've had a change in medication. So
and then it ended at that point. I wouldn't have let it go. Mind your effing business. Stay neutral. That's all she's asking for. Like I said, they let it go too far, but I just think in that instance, Kyle should have apologized. Like, that was what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Like, the apology and recognizing that she should have, when it comes to somebody cursing out my kid, that's what I'm saying. I would have unleashed on all of them. Because when it comes to cursing out my kid and you're making an excuse, there's no buts. There's no nothing. Like, you cursed out my kid. That's crazy to me.
Should have done a little bit more to me. And then the funny part was when her friend basically said she wants to have a threesome or sleep with Oliver too.
Wait, who said they want to see what?
Cherie?
Oh, yes.
I thought that was cute.
That was cute. They all was like all falling over in love with Garcelle's son. So that is flattering, I guess. I don't know. Erika did it. It wasn't so flattering, but Sheree kind of made light of it. So it did help out Erika's situation when I think that helped out her situation.
But I don't think Cherie would have been as inappropriate as
Absolutely not. Yeah. There's a line you don't cross.
Even if it's your friend's son. But hey. So what was the next scene? So again, we're not happy with Garcelle. I was really waiting to see a little bit more. I was hoping to see even something more than a minute.
And
so
I needed Crystal too to jump in there too. Like, what was up with Crystal? She was right there when it all happened. Like, she should have added her 2 cents in too. You don't hear nothing from Crystal, like, at all.
Well, like I said, let's wait for the reunion. This scene, I didn't think there was a need for Crystal to jump in. What is she jumping in and say? I have to apologize. What was Crystal supposed to jump in and say? The whole thing that shut it down is Erika's reaction. I think if Erika was like, oh, well, I talked to my kids like that, blah, blah. I think Crystal then would have jumped in because you got to think Erika took full accountability. I am sorry. I'll apologize to your kid. I was wrong. I was taking medication. She did all this stuff. What was Crystal going to do and jump in at that point?
The part where Crystal, this is why Crystal needs to be fired and can't come back. Because Crystal does not know how to play her position. Now, had I been Crystal, you don't got to, because, she's scary type. She don't got to go up to Erika. She don't got to go up to Dorit. She don't got to approach them. But what I would have done, like the bone collector or whatever, I would have went up to Garcelle. Garcelle wasn't there. She might not know the extent of what happened. Crystal was there. And remember, Crystal is sensitive toward problematic situations. This is a big problematic. So she's talking about the jacuzzi scene. That was a little subtle dark comment. But with the whole get the F out of here, like, you should have been highly offended. So to me, that would have been a part. Yeah, Garcelle wasn't there, but that's where Crystal steps in. And that's when I would have been like, girl, it was very problematic the way she spoke to your kid. And I would have went in and let Garcelle know you wasn't there, but I would have gave her the dramatics of it. Exactly. I would have let her know how it was done. And this is why Crystal's not playing a position. She's staying mum about the whole situation. She ain't saying nothing. You're not even playing a role of carrying, like, being dramatic and substantiating your existence. She needs to go just because of that.
She needs to go. I can't remember if she's there. She was
useless. There. She was useless.
Yeah, because she was the one that brought her to us. Oh, come on, she's drunk, whatever. But you see, she's useless. I didn't even remember she was there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She needs to be terminated.
But again, let's wait till the reunion. And if Garcelle doesn't step up, we will then have to talk about it. But Garcelle, please do us right. Please, Garcelle. This is the moment, especially the baby mom. I think also now with social media and people coming at Garcelle saying this, I think now she feels more pressure to bring up the baby mama comment, to bring up how she said it, to bring up everything else, because people are now putting that pressure on her. Like, they're not
and I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I was all up in those comments. Yes, we rooting for you, and we have faith in you, Garcelle and Sutton. Come with both guns blazing, okay? And blazing.
This show, I think, because it's predominantly white women, and I would assume that mostly white women watch it. I mean, black women watch it like us, but this was a moment, a teachable moment. This was a moment for Garcelle to educate about how you say something, Why are you saying something? How, like what you said, the way you said it made him feel like you were beneath him. The way you looking at my son and just seeing sex and thinking he's an object. Like all of that tied into racial situations was when Garcelle should have pinpointed all that stuff. Like your video, like someone watching it who is white could have been like, wow, I never looked at it this way. Oh, because some people are like, oh, she cursed at her son. They just think it, oh, she's cursed at him. But you went a little bit deeper into it.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the moment that Garcelle should have went deeper into it. Instead, she let it go because she gave her a compliment. If I'm a good mother, I get a compliment. I really don't give a damn because I already know I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
So for you to be like, well, she gets a point. I'm like, Garcelle, please. You already know you got good kids. You don't need nobody to tell you, especially her.
Yeah, it was like she was putting in her hands after she said, I was so disappointed when they went to the scene.
That your younger boys, your twins, were so well-spoken and were not acting like teenagers that wanted to be on their phone and not talking to other guests.
Yeah, they were hip.
Yeah, they were actually talking, and I thought to myself, right, and I thought to myself, that's a real testament to Garcelle for pulling them together and saying, look, you can't, be over here and sulking on the sofa.
No, what are you doing?
And Erika rehearsed this. I think she knew exactly what she needed to say. She knew exactly I need to throw a compliment in there because it was just said right away. She just went in like, because when the scene started, she already knew I had to face the mama. So she already knew, I gotta say this. It was really, to me, rehearsed of what she was gonna say. Like she knew exactly what she was gonna say to Garcelle. And
absolutely.
It won Garcelle over.
And it worked. She disarmed her immediately. And it worked flawlessly.
Because I think right now, the one person that would go to toe with Erika is Garcelle. That could. Nobody else.
I don't know. I don't have faith. I mean, I'm rooting for her, but we'll see. Like I said, I just don't think she goes as hard as she should. I think she says little things here and there, but she lets up too easy. Like you gotta go 10 toes down, not one toe, 10 toes down.
And I don't know if that's Garcelle's personality, or if she's just so worried about what is everybody gonna think on the black woman. That's why they need that Cherie woman to come in. I hope she's there next episode, because then you'll have a Garcelle and Cherie look like she don't play. So I think they need to bring a Cherie in.
True, because it's like that'll put the battery in Garcelle's back. Like she needs that push to.
I think so, and feel that comfortability. Like, oh, I have somebody who has my back. Maybe she'll be more outspoken.
Yes, we gotta see.
I like Cherie.
The next scene is Diana giving clothes to charity, and Erika shows up.
Nothing going on there.
They had a conversation about Sutton, and here go Erika again, putting that little battery,
she put a battery in her back.
Yes, to me, it was almost like saying to Diana, "Girl, don't let up. Like,
don't let up. Keep going at her." Yeah. That's what it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to me, that was what that conversation was about. Erika also was basically like, I'm not jealous because you remember she brought Erika into like her closet or whatever.
Yeah.
And she saw all extravagant clothes that Erika probably doesn't have access to as much that she used to. I know Erika was kind of looking at what she used to have, but Erika kind of was like, no, well, I'm not jealous. Like, I've had all this before. And I was like, yeah, girl, I know you probably saying to yourself what was and what is now is hurtful. But
exactly. But it was so fun because in the confession, like, oh, I'm not jealous. And then when she's going through the racks of clothes, like, I'm so jealous. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. Wow. So, yeah, then the Sutton and Diana sit down.
That was not a good scene. Like, it was terrible. Like, I felt bad for Sutton.
Again, I always feel bad for her. I just don't think she knows. She gets so flustered, I feel like, and caught off, like thrown off like guard. Like, I just feel like, and she doesn't know how to regain back like that steam.
Diana was like ruthless.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, why the hell you even met Sutton? It looked like you don't want to resolve anything. You don't want to be a friend. You don't accept her apology. You don't look like you want to even be around the woman. Why even go to lunch with her? Of course, you want to see.
Yeah. She seems so evil to me. Like she just will not let up. Like she won't.
I don't like her.
Let go. To me, like I said, it's almost like bringing like a gun to somebody who stepped on your foot. Like I just feel like it's just too much anger, like, and projection. Like, what else is going on in your life that you are holding on to this so much? Like, to me, it seemed like misdirected anger. Like the son, like it just doesn't seem warranted to me.
Yeah, she doesn't like Sutton.
And she cut her deep. What cut you so deep? What?
About the questioning her miscarriage.
I guess you can look at it. To me, I thought she was more so questioning the bed rest, more so than the miscarriage.
Well, the bed rest was part of was due to the miscarriage.
Yeah, but you're here. Like, you're supposed to be on bed rest. Like, but we already discussed that.
But then I feel like Sutton could not articulate a correct apology.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Sutton could not apologize with this situation the right way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a right way of apologizing, and there's a flustery all over the place where the person don't even know you're apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Sutton's approach should be like, look, go all the way back to the crying again. You already apologized about that. Let her know about what you were I was trying to make up for that. I wanted to sit next to you on the plane, but then you told me to go sit somewhere else that, made me feel a type of way. I apologize about my approach about your miscarriage. I really am concerned about. But I think at this point, Diana would give you the same look like, Diana was not interested in Sutton, what anything Sutton had to say.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just seemed like she came there, like, really wanting to cut her down more. Like, it was like she came there with that intention. It wasn't just not to forgive her. It was more so like, I'm going to hurt her some more. And to me, I just feel like that's just hard. It's just vicious at this point.
I agree. And Sutton, again, set herself up. But I think this time she thought, maybe things were going to be better, because what happened was she thought her and Diana were in good terms.
I know. She thought that hug was real.
Yeah. So that was the thing that hurt. Because the thing now, I remember when Sutton was like, so you're fake. She's like, yeah, I am.
Talk about being fake and phony, because you gave me a hug, and I actually thought that it was the fakest hug I've ever had in my life. So you're admitting that you were fake? 100%. I was not being fake. I was being so fake. I couldn't wait to get you off me. Then who's fake now? I am.
And Sutton was like,
yeah, that's when she caught, when she realized,
caught off guard.
Yeah.
People don't like to be called fake. She figured she was going to say, I'm not fake. And when she kept saying, yeah, I am fake, Sutton didn't know what to say. Like, she didn't have a comeback for that. I was like, oh, shoot, she's saying she's fake. And Sutton just looked weird. So I would have just let her go, which Sutton did, got up and left. Just let it go. The woman don't like you. Just let it go. I like Sutton, but I'm starting to really dislike her ways. Someone doesn't like you. Why are you kissing their ass? Like, there's no reason to worry about.
I think that's some people's personality, though. Like, they feel so bad.
Not everybody's gonna like you.
That's true. I would have let it go, and we just would have been beefing, or whatever you want to do to me. We just would be going at it. But I think with Sutton, I just think she's so easily shaken. Like, it's easy to kind of shake her up, and she's going to do whatever she needs to do to kind of get into your good graces again. And I just feel like this is one of those cases where she's really trying to get back into Diana's good graces, and it's just not working. But we'll see next episode. It's going to be some type of
So what I don't understand these shows, if two people don't get along, they're always finding a way to get them to get along. It's let it go. They don't get along, move it right along.
No, I think that's a part of the drama, though. If I was on the outside of that, I would absolutely get in the middle of that and butt in and be play the mediator. And even if y'all do blow up on each other, that's good TV. Yeah, I would definitely play that role.
So of course, they're not gonna leave it alone. Eventually, in the next episode, you see how everyone gets involved. But Sutton walks away. She did the right thing walking away, because at this point, she didn't know what to say, what to do, and it was very awkward. So the next scene was Kyle and her family with Dorita and her kids at Kyle's house for Hanukkah. That was a nice scene to see. They're really close, that they even spend the holidays together. And here goes Dorit talking about what is his name again? I keep forgetting. PJ? PK not being there and how she feels safe at Cal's house, which I get. So it was nice seeing them all together, and her son really impressed me.
Yes.
He recited this thing that I was like, wow, how old is he? Like, you remembered all the lines?
Yes. And it was like the first night of Hanukkah. He recited like the whole thing, and it was really impressive because he didn't even stumble on his words, nothing. He just did it like straight through, and I was definitely impressed. It was nice to see them all together. Like Doris said, she was comfortable being around Kyle and her family, and they just really looked like one big old happy family. And I was impressed by all of them, including the son. So it was a nice night.
Great job, Dorit. I don't know how long it took him to remember that, but they've been doing a great job letting him learn it.
Yes, when you have memory and you have retention like that, and you're able to recite it without stumbling, and you're going straight through and that young, because usually kids, they start stuttering, they get shy. Like, he was very confident in reciting that, and it was nice to see, like them celebrating Hanukkah.
Yeah. So this is our recap of Beverly Hills Housewives. Stay tuned for the next video. Please continue to like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because eventually we'll be going.
Yes, and because of you guys, we made it over 100 subscribers. So we have the option now to go live, which we're going to do real soon, and we hope that you join us.
Bye.
Bye-bye.